Now, next up, I think it's team number 5, which is MedScan. Now, this is a recently rechristened company, and Brian is going to present MedScan to you, formerly known as Health Cloud. Take it away, Brian.
Hi, my name is Brian, and I'm here today to talk to you about MedScan. Over the past 6 weeks, Liam, Anya, and I have been working on making medical document processing faster and easier. Last summer, I was working as medical secretary for my dad in his practice, and my job was to scan medical documents. And it was an incredibly slow and outdated process. So I began wondering, like, why isn't this kind of automation available in patient management systems already? And what I began to learn was that these systems are legacy systems. And the reason doctors aren't switching over to new ones is that there's such a high cost to switch to new ones. So they don't actually get access to these new cutting edge automation features. And it means their practice isn't as efficient as it could be. That in my experience, my dad was losing €10,000 every single year due to lost productivity on things that could be automated. And it meant that that wasn't even taking into account the cost of human error and the effect that it has on productivity. Introducing MedScan. MedScan allows doctors to instantaneously digitize and file medical documents, saving them time and money. With just a single click, files are uploaded to MedScan, where they are processed and sent to the correct patient chart on the doctor's existing patient management system. So I'll tell you specifically how it works. So whenever a file is uploaded to MedScan, it's then processed using text recognition software, and then I've developed a script that will pull out the report information from that document. And using all of that information, it will go into the patient management system using a thing called a WebDriver, which is a way a computer can emulate humans' behavior. And it will upload all of that information into the correct patient chart on that existing patient management system. The reason I used a WebDriver is that there's such poor API integration with these legacy systems. I then created an interface that would allow secretaries and doctors that had never seen the system before to instantly understand how to use it. So in practice, it meant that I went from spending 2 minutes per report to 2 seconds. And it meant that I could spend more time binge watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine and not scanning documents. So the current model that we're using is we're going to charge doctors 10 cents per document to upload. And what this means for a small GP practice is it's going to save them about €8,000 every single year. And the way MedScan is going to be used in practice is that the idea is it's going to integrate seamlessly into their existing workflow. And we're going to be supported by all major patient management systems. So ultimately, doctors can spend more time on higher value work, like responding to patient queries and making decisions that will improve patient outcomes. There are a couple of companies that are doing similar things in the medical processing space, in the document processing space. However, Health Cloud is the only one that offers automation while integrating with the current patient management systems, because we developed that workaround like I talked about earlier. We surround ourselves with an amazing team of programmers and scientists. So I'm Brian Kelleher, as I said before, and I'm joined by Anya Misi and Liam Mendes. So what have we done to date? So in the last 4 days, my co-founder Liam and I have developed a machine learning algorithm that can identify report information to 95% accuracy on reports that's never even seen before. And in the last week, we've signed up 5 doctors to our beta program, and we hope to increase adoption over the next few weeks. So the reason why we're here today is we want everyone in the audience to put us in touch with a small doctor's office or GP that they may know, so we can keep testing and improving our product. Thank you for listening, and I'll happily take any questions you may have.
Brilliant. Well done, Brian. And we'll welcome James Welton back up now for his next interview. We've Anya and Liam in dog patch. James, I'll let you take it away.
Sorry. So thank you so much, Brian, Liam, Anya. It looks incredible. Congratulations. I suppose my first question is on the problem domain. This seems like a really specific part of the workflow. How did you end up on this? Did you come into Patch with this idea, or did you poke around the space?
Yeah, so I'd experience with it from working as a secretary in a doctor's office. So I was intimately familiar with how long it takes and how tedious it is. So I essentially automated my job, and then I figured other people probably have this problem as well. So that's what I came to Patch with.
Okay, awesome. And then on the documents side, is there any kind of limitations around documents, or you kind of talk about documents may have different layout and formats? Do you have to train the model on that specific layout, or can you accept anything?
I think I can answer this question. So currently, we use the Google Cloud to process documents. So we use PDF files, preferably, and we extract the information and then send it to the correct patient chart from there. So using PDF files.
Yeah, and in the process of like refining this, I mean, it's really impressive to develop that, and particularly something that has like such productivity gains. Like, how much effort and research went into, I suppose, like getting extraction and classification right?
Well, we use a service called Google Cloud AutoML, which is backed by machine learning expertise that Google has built in all of the other projects like search and YouTube. So it was super simple to like start training reports and everything worked out.
And then talking about the end experience, you said that there is people who've that you've made like a very intuitive user experience and made it like very friendly to people who might be like a bit like technophobic. Who's using it at the moment, and what was that experience like trying to onboard them?
Maybe Brian or Anya could answer this question.
Yeah, so I signed up 5 doctors over the last week, and generally like it wasn't that difficult like getting them signed up, because I like walked them through it in person and I showed them like how to use the different features. And we basically have a really streamlined workflow where there's like sort of very few points of like getting lost or getting confused, and if there is, it's easy to get back on track and like get back to what you actually want to do. So I think that like user experience is going to be very important to like doctors to like increase productivity.
All right. Well, that's what we have time for now. Congratulations, MedScan, and previously Health Cloud. And thanks very much for the questions, James.